Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including full details about the refreshed Model 3 coming soon, the return of parking sensor functionality to all Teslas, progress for the Cybertruck, and more, so let's get into it. First up today, Tesla is expanding their virtual sales strategy to Europe. In the summer of 2021, Tesla started implementing a new sales strategy to cut costs and improve efficiency at the same time. That new strategy involves virtual sales advisors as well as remote test drive locations. Those remote locations would replace high-rent storefronts in malls and shopping districts, so in order to test drive a Tesla, you would have to go to a Tesla delivery center. Before this change, if you placed an order for a Tesla vehicle online in North America, you would be assigned a Tesla advisor at one of their local stores. That advisor would help manage the whole process up until your delivery. Now you'll be assigned to a virtual sales advisor that isn't assigned to a particular store. Tesla says that you can book an appointment on their website, and you'll be given a remote address to report to. You call them when you arrive, then they remotely unlock the vehicle for you and walk you through the basics. At that point, your test drive will be 30 minutes long, and after, you drop the car off at the same location. Tesla has been gradually implementing this new strategy in North America, and now they've expanded it to Europe. They posted on Twitter, quote, "Our first remote test drive hub in Europe is now open in Örebro, Sweden. It looks like you don't even have to enter the building. The car will be parked in this open garage, waiting for you to unplug it and go. Presumably, the only people that will report to the actual site to work are the people that will be cleaning the cars for the next test drive and for any other general maintenance." I'm very curious to see how this works long term, because a remote test drive with no employee there can feel a little disconnected and also cause some issues, but it definitely seems like a smart idea because sometimes people really do like a hands-off experience. Next up today is some very big news for Teslas that don't include USS sensors. When Tesla removed these sensors, they also removed some major features from their cars. They said, quote, "For a short period of time during this transition, Tesla Vision vehicles that are not equipped with USS will be delivered with some features temporarily limited or inactive, including Park Assist, Auto Park, Summon, Smart Summon. This makes enhanced autopilot nearly useless and eliminates parking sensors standard on most vehicles today." They then said, quote, "In the near future, once these features achieve performance parity to today's vehicle, they will be restored via a series of over-the-air software updates." As always, there was no timeline here, but this change happened in October. Now, 5 full months later, this Vision update is finally beginning to arrive. I'd argue that it's 5 months overdue. According to Not a Tesla app and Tesla hacker Green the Only, in Tesla's software version 2.22.45.11, they're finally introducing vision-based parking sensors. Their release notes say, quote, "Tesla Vision Park Assist provides visual and audio alerts of surrounding objects. This feature uses the occupancy network to predict high-definition outlines of objects 360 degrees around the car." According to Not a Tesla app, the current release is limited to cars testing FSD beta without USS, while vehicles with USS continue to operate with their sensors enabled. Although it might take some time for the feature to be deployed fleet-wide, Tesla Vision Park Assist demonstrates Tesla's progress in refining vision-based technology for parking assistance. This will be expanding slowly as Tesla tests it with more of their fleet, but I'm glad to see it's finally arriving in some form. This is an essential feature that all safe cars come with, and I think Tesla's approach here was not the right one. Hopefully soon, though, this feature comes to all cars without ultrasonic sensors. We'll see how the capability compares to cars with ultrasonic sensors once it's fully out. The assumption is that it can't be as good due to blind spots that USS doesn't have. Next up today, we finally have some big updates about what is coming next for the refreshed Project Highland Model 3. For a while now, we've spotted Tesla clearly testing out a newer version of the Model 3 they can't show the public yet. At the same time, we know they've been retooling their factory for enhanced production of this new Model 3, but Tesla didn't let us know anything about this at Investor Day. Now, via Not a Tesla app, we have a bunch of details about what Tesla is changing in this Model 3. First up, redesigned headlights. It has been clear that Tesla is actively hiding the front end of the Project Highland Model 3, including the headlights, and according to Not a Tesla app, this is because the new headlights will be a different shape than they are today. Tesla has been providing some models with matrix headlights, but they have yet to be enabled through software yet. Tesla will continue to offer matrix headlights through this redesign, although it's not clear whether they'll be enabled at launch either. That may just be a cosmetic change that differentiates the new version of this Model 3, but the bigger update for the front of the car is the addition of a bumper camera. According to Not a Tesla app, quote, "The front bumper will now house a single camera in the center area of the lower vent area of the bumper. Reportedly, the location of the front Model 3 camera will be similar to the front camera spotted on the latest Cybertruck prototype Tesla had at Investor Day." This should help out a lot with FSD blind spots caused by the removal of USS sensors, and more. It could also be a big part of what helps Tesla finally deliver a 360 overhead view that is also becoming standard on other cars besides Tesla's. This camera could also help to just have more visibility as a driver looking forward when needed. Next up is the rear bumper. In Project Highland Model 3 sightings, the rear bumper has also been covered up. Reportedly, the rear bumper of the vehicle is also being redesigned, although it's not clear why. This may be more related to manufacturing and safety than anything else, as the camera location is expected to remain the same. Interestingly, there's also expected to be a small change to the Model 3 mirrors. Quote, "We're told that they will receive a very minor refresh and will look very similar to what they do today. This likely won't be much of a noticeable change, but again, could slightly improve aerodynamics and manufacturability." Tesla recently launched their Hardware 4.0 system on the Model S and X. For now, this adds an updated FSD computer and improves the vehicle's cameras, but does not add any additional ones. However, the FSD computer itself has extra ports for more cameras, seemingly ones Tesla will add in the future. The Model 3 refresh may be the first car to take advantage of this. Reportedly, we can now say that more cameras will indeed be used in Project Highland. Apparently, there will be 3 new cameras, one on the front bumper, as we discussed, and 2 more on the sides of the vehicle. Quote, "The fender camera housing will now contain 2 cameras each. One will face backward, as it does now, while the other will point in the other direction. It's not clear how the new cameras will be oriented, but we speculate that they will be aimed off to the side to give the car a better view at certain intersections. These cameras are meant to solve issues where the car can't see something without creeping forward, and they are specifically to help with FSD. Additionally, they could help make a great 360 overhead view. We've already noticed that the left fender camera goes further into the door than before, and this could be to house a larger camera setup than is shown in this photo. That would house 2 different cameras according to this report. Not only will there be new cameras, but each camera will be upgraded from 1.2 megapixels to 5 megapixels with an anti-glare coating. Regarding sensors, Tesla is expected to remove yet another one, this time the outside temperature sensor. Instead of that, it will use a combination of GPS data and weather data to deliver the temperature. I actually find that the temperature sensor on the car or in any car can be fairly inaccurate, so I imagine this change won't affect many people and will just save Tesla on cost. Quote, "This could lead to more accurate temperatures being displayed, as wind or other environmental factors can sometimes cause inaccuracies. However, owners will lose the ability to view the temperature in their immediate location, such as their garage." It's another in a streak of sensor removals though. First radar, then USS, now temperature sensors. I wonder what could be next. For the GPS module itself, Tesla is improving that, and it should be more accurate. Quote, "This new system allows Tesla to use other networks besides GPS in order to identify the vehicle's location. This could lead to faster location detection or higher precision." Radar is something that we have heard is returning with Hardware 4.0, so we assume that Tesla will be adding that back in with this Model 3 refresh, but this report doesn't actually mention it. As for the interior, Tesla is expected to make some minor changes. The wood trim on the Model 3 dash is being removed and replaced with a fabric finish. This could be the Alcantara fabric Tesla uses in the Model S and X. Again, this could be cost related, but maybe Tesla also saw a lot of customers covering up the wood on their dash, and a design update makes sense there. At the same time, quote, "The vehicle's dash will also receive a facelift, but we weren't given any details on what's changing with it." Again, this could be a way to simplify the manufacturing process instead of offering something new and improved. So overall, the interior will receive minimal updates. For Tesla here, the name of the game is manufacturing improvements, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The most interesting thing to me is that I was expecting this update to come rather soon from Tesla. Tesla still doesn't offer the long-range Model 3 in their configurator, and has said it will be available in 2023 for a while now. I expected that to coincide with the launch of this refresh. That still could be the case, as this report says that Tesla is planning for production of this new Model 3 in the 3rd quarter. So we're still a few months away from production here, with the earliest we may see this vehicle coming in July. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla launches the new Model 3 update on their website and finally talks about it at their earnings call around July 20th or so. As always, this is a report from an unnamed source, so take it with a grain of salt. Additionally, Tesla could make even further changes come July, but we know something is on the way and something is changing that Tesla needs to hide. I'm excited to see this refresh come to be, and I'm curious if Tesla will manage to improve range at the same time. Before we go any further, I'd like to mention some great products from Anker. The Anker 7 series are some of the most powerful chargers out there, allowing for multi-device fast charging. They include Power IQ 4.0, which automatically detects the power requirements of your devices and distributes power between them, along with Active Shield 2.0, which intelligently monitors temperature to safeguard your devices. The most amazing thing about them, though, is how powerful they are while being so small. This is the Anker 735 charger, which is 65 watts and includes 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port. This is the 737 charger. It's just a little bit bigger, has the same ports, but supports 120 watts. Then their most powerful in this line is the 747 150 watt charger. It supports 3 USB-C devices and 1 USB-A device at once, providing incredibly reliable and quick charging speeds in one small package. For myself, I simply take one of these with me when I travel, and it makes it very easy. I highly recommend all of them, and they're each linked in the description below, so check them out. Next up today, a couple of Cybertruck updates. First up, Tesla is in the process of taking delivery of yet another Gigapress for the Cybertruck. This is the second one we've seen Tesla setting up at Giga Texas, and this is a 9,000-ton Gigapress, the largest there has ever been. Tesla already uses multiple 6,000-ton Gigapresses at Giga Texas for the Model Y, so this new machine should help Tesla specifically start out strong with Cybertruck production, which should come later this year. Progress like this is what really matters most as we approach Cybertruck production. Spotting a new prototype is exciting, and that's one thing, but Tesla actually installing multiple of the machine to build the Cybertruck means they're actually approaching production. Within the next few months, we should start spotting large Cybertruck castings as they calibrate both of these 9,000-ton presses. Regarding the popularity of that truck, a new survey from American Trucks shows that many truck drivers are getting ready to go electric, but they have a lot of concerns. It's important to mention that only 458 people were polled for this, so their results should be taken with a grain of salt, but 60% of those polled were current truck owners, and the other 40% were not truck owners. The point of this survey is to answer the question, quote, which trucks are people most excited about, and what do current truck drivers think of them? Historically, truck drivers have been hesitant to make the switch to electric vehicles, at least in part due to range anxiety. While passenger vehicles have improved their ranges across the board in recent years, range is still an issue if you're actually using your vehicle to tow or transport heavy cargo. Despite this, the survey showed that 75% of truck drivers are considering going electric eventually, and 57% plan to be in the next 5 years. The other 25% of drivers willing to make the switch are unsure when they'll do so. When asked what would make them more likely to go electric, of course the top response was longer mileage range. The consensus they came to regarding that range would be that a truck would need to get 292 miles on a charge for them to consider getting one. Interestingly, most electric trucks are already at that point, but maybe they need that while also towing. The survey also gauged what trucks people would be most likely to buy, and the Ford F-150 Lightning takes first place. Right behind it is the Cybertruck, then the Chevy Silverado EV. The top F-150 spec has an EPA estimated 320-mile range, and Tesla claims the Cybertruck will get up to 500 miles of range. I'm curious how that range will be impacted when it's actually released and put to use. Either way though, both of those trucks meet that 292-mile requirement as I mentioned. The second thing holding people back is charging stations. On that front, Tesla is making the most progress, opening new supercharger stations every day. They now have over 40,000 chargers and own the largest global fast charging network in the world. Having recently started opening those chargers up to other EVs though, that'll be less of a competitive advantage moving forward. The third thing that truck drivers want out of their future EV is shorter charging time. At those superchargers, current Tesla drivers can expect to recharge up to 200 miles in as little as 15 minutes in ideal circumstances. This will surely slow down with the much larger Cybertruck taking more energy to go the same distance, but it's still impressive. So while supercharging hasn't been tested on a Cybertruck by consumers yet, Tesla's supercharger network is the most reliable around and will be improving. What I find most interesting from this survey though is that 56% of truck drivers don't think the Cybertruck is a real truck. American Trucks doesn't elaborate as to what that means, but I'd have to guess it has to do with the vehicle's towing ability. Maybe once the Cybertruck is released and has a chance to prove itself, that number will decrease. I also think the fact that this truck looks so different from others with its shape will make truckers hesitant until they see the full benefits of its shape being aerodynamic. Next up today, Tesla has finally started the broad rollout of FSD Beta version 11 in a significant update. The software is still considered a level 2 driver assist system despite its name, meaning you need to be vigilant when using it, keeping your hands on the wheel and eyes on the road at all times. This beta has been all over the place in the last couple years. Tesla was supposed to release V11 to its fleet in November of 2022, but the update has just been in testing within Tesla's closed fleet since then. Most recently, its rollout was paused due to a recall in February. Since then, Elon Musk has said repeatedly repeatedly that it is about a week away from a broader release. Last week, though, he said it was coming over the weekend, and that may actually be true this time. Tesla has officially pushed FSD beta version 11.3.2 to more vehicles as part of the software update 2022.45.11. Currently, there are over 400,000 Tesla owners in North America that purchased FSD with their vehicle. That's a $15,000 purchase today, but many owners haven't received any significant update to actually allow them to utilize this software until now. Tesla owners in North America are now reporting having received this update over the weekend, and it's still being gradually deployed. Everything with FSD takes longer than expected and way longer than Elon predicts, but it's great to see that Tesla is still making progress here. I'm very excited to see what V11 actually brings. Last up today, an update from Ford. Ford has released a new fully electric Explorer, but only for Europe. This is built on Volkswagen's MEB platform and is expected to start at less than $50,000. This is a 5-seater SUV combining the classic Explorer with new features. Ford Model E in Europe said, "Explorer is a trailblazer for a new breed of exciting Ford electric vehicles. Steeped in our American roots but built in Cologne for our customers in Europe, it is road trip ready for the big adventures and fully loaded with everything our customers will need for their daily drives." There are 2 trims for this car with rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive variants, and Ford says it can charge from 10 to 80% in 25 minutes. No word on the range yet. This is interesting to see since it's only coming for the European market. Long term, maybe Ford will release this in the US as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if they only do that once they can build it on their own platform and not partner with Volkswagen. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see the best accessories to get for your new Model Y or Model 3, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.